Good evening. Today is March 19, 2026. I'm Cairo Pega, and this is Cool News Primetime. We are simulcast live on online radio box, V Radio app, 89.5 Manila SDR, Cool TV, and Cool News via our Twitch and YouTube channels. We begin with our top story. The Department of Transportation, or DOTR announced earlier today that they will be providing 50% fare discounts for all LRT2 and MRT rides starting March 23rd. It will be applied to all blue beep cards and single journey tickets, while white beep cards for senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and students remain applicable for the set discount. The decision was made in compliance with the President's directive to provide discounts to passengers after he suspended the fare hike for all public utility vehicles amid the rising oil prices. The agency is also coordinating with LRT1 management to provide the same discount to its passengers. Transport Group Piston, Progressive Alliance Bayan, and other labor groups have launched a nationwide transport strike earlier this morning to protest against all price hikes. Their primary calls include the scrapping of value-added tax or VAT and excise tax on fuel and a price rollback to 55 pesos per liter. They also sought a 5 peso fare increase for all public utility vehicles and a 1,200 peso across the board wage hike for workers. These strike reached key areas including Cubao, Litex, Pasig, Marikina, and Alabang, as well as major provinces such as Cavite, Bulacan, Cebu, and parts of Mindanao, according to Bayan. Following the nationwide transport strike, several colleges and universities have announced a shift to online classes. Among the well-known colleges and universities include University of the East for Manila and Caloocan campuses, for Eastern University, FEU Institute of Technology, De La Salle University, University of Santo Tomas, Ateneo de Manila, Notre Dame of Greater Manila, and APAC schools. The Quezon City government and Manila City government deployed free rides to help commuters affected by the ongoing transport strike. In Quezon City, buses under the QCity bus system were made available to the public until 8 p.m., while e-strikes from Department of Public Order and Safety and Barangay vehicles were placed on standby to assist residents. For Manila City, the free rides cover routes from Vito Cruz to Welcome Rondonda, Victor Cruz to Momento, with Cartila na Katipunan serving as the main jump-off point. Police officers also provided free transportation to stranded passengers in the Philcoa area, helping ease the burden on commuters. At the end of Thursday's trading, the peso had depreciated to 16 pesos and 10 centavos against the US dollar. It had weakened to as low as 60.40 pesos during intraday trading after opening at 59.90 pesos. This was the fourth time this month that the peso had reached a historic low and the first time that it crossed the psychological barrier of 60 pesos. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. earlier said that he does not want the peso to sink to this level. The Bangko Sentro ng Pilipinas was reported earlier this week to have intervened in the foreign market exchange market to support the peso and keep it from reaching the 60 peso level. It complicates the country's problem with skyrocketing of oil prices as crude and distilled fuels will become even more expensive in peso terms as these commodities are bought in dollars, according to Professor Elvin An of the Ateneo de Manila Department of Economics. The DICT and CICC have put Roblox on notice as there are reports of it being used for sexual predation, grooming, and exploitation of Filipino minors. According to a Facebook post from DICT Secretary Henry Aguda, he threatened Roblox with restrictions or suspension. It is currently unclear if the threat to restrict or take down Roblox in the country will be followed through via a court order or by unilateral action on the part of the government. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. reaffirmed his administration's push to modernize the military and expand the Philippine Army's role in external defense through the comprehensive archipelagic defense concept, which enables the Army to gradually transition from internal to external operations. He cited ongoing efforts to strengthen military readiness, including the annual Combined Arms Training Exercise Katihan and interagency exercises involving the AFP, the Philippine National Police, and the Philippine Coast Guard to improve coordination and rapid response capabilities.
The demands of our time call for a force that is agile, effective, and prepared to safeguard our nation across new and evolving domains, from our maritime frontiers to the digital space. To meet this challenge, this administration remains steadfast in modernizing the armed forces of the Philippines while advancing meaningful peace-building initiatives at the grassroots.
It is getting warmer around the country as the eastern lights dominates Luzon and Visayas. The northeast monsoon is now only contained towards the upmost part of the country, bringing partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rain in the provinces of Batanes, Ilocos Norte, Apayao, and Cagayan. The rest of Luzon, along with Metro Manila and Visayas, will have similar weather, but with possibilities of isolated rain showers and thunderstorms that could cause flash floods or landslides in severe cases. Mindanao, meanwhile, will have isolated rain showers or thunderstorms thanks to localized thunderstorms. The country felt its coldest temperature today at 23.7 degrees Celsius at 6 in the morning, while its hottest was at 2 in the afternoon at 31 degrees Celsius. Up next, Iran bombs Qatar's world's largest liquefied natural gas facility in Ras Laffan. Don't go anywhere as KOOLNews Primetime will return after this. Welcome back. You're watching KOOLNews Primetime. Qatar reported extensive damage to the site of world's largest liquefied natural gas facility. Tehran carried out attacks against Ras Laffan in retaliation for an Israeli strike on Wednesday on Iran's Sard Pars gas field. Oil prices soared 5% and European gas jumped by 35% on Thursday on fresh concerns about the impact on energy supplies of the nearly 3-week-old Middle East war. U.S. President Donald Trump warned Iran to stop attacks on Qatar, threatening to massively blow up the entirety of the Sard Pars gas field. Darren Indyke, a lawyer who worked closely with Jeffrey Epstein for decades before becoming an executor of his estate, is set to testify today by the U.S. House Oversight Committee. He was Epstein's closest associate dating back to the 1980s. He was involved in assembling Epstein's complex web of businesses, properties, and legal teams for a voluminous tangle of civil and criminal matters. Indyke is the second of 2 executors of Epstein's estate to testify before the committee behind closed doors. The other, accountant Richard Kine, tested on March 11 that he was not aware of the nature or extent of Epstein's abuse of so many women until after Epstein's death. Only 6 of the 18 alleged bagmen of fugitive ex-lawmaker Zoldico signed the testimony they gave to the National Bureau of Investigation, according to NBI Director Malvin Matibak. The bagmen, who presented themselves as ex-Marines, underwent 8 hours of individual questioning on Thursday with their lawyer, Levi Baligot, moving around each room to check on his clients. The NBI chief said Balikod wanted to withdraw the signatures of his 6 clients to no avail. Allies of the 80 men had scoffed at the idea of interrogating them individually. State witness Henry Alcantara is set to testify before the Sandigan Bayan's 6th Division next week in the malversation trial involving former Acobico Representative Saldico and several former DPWH Mimba-Ropa officials over a road dike project in Oriento, Mindoro. Alcantara's scheduled appearance on March 24 follows the testimony of former DPWH Undersecretary Robert Bernardo, who told the court he received around 100 million pesos in alleged balato from Co through Alcantara between 2023 and 2025. He also claimed that Alcantara told him the 30 million pesos he allegedly received from former DBWH Mimba-Ropa Regional Director Gerald Pacanan, who is also accused in the case, likewise came from Co. The end of the Islamic holy month of Ramadan will be on Saturday, March 21st. That's after the National Commission of Muslim Filipinos says the moon has not yet been sighted. NCMF Secretary Sabaddin Abdurrahim says it will be a solemn and meaningful expression of gratitude to Allah and a day that will be reflecting the essence of Islam. President Bongbong Marcos earlier declared March 20 as a regular holiday, and classes and government work will remain suspended on Friday. And that's all for our headlines today. Stay tuned to koolNews and TVH koolFM for the latest updates. I'm Cairo Pega. Good evening. The time is now 10:01 p.m.